society golfing club with a killer secret weapon. Who had the balls to commit murder?
It is the near future, and the justice system as you know it is no more. No courtrooms, no attorneys. Aided only by an interactive crime-solving network, a human counsel will have just 30 minutes to examine a murder case. Then hand an immediate death sentence to one of 3 suspects. Either justice will prevail, or an innocent person pays the price. Hello, I am Jessica. Welcome to Rooster Teeth's Murder Room.
Welcome to a new age of law where justice must move faster than ever. This council is convened to try a murder case in just 30 minutes. In the end, one of 3 suspects will be convicted and sentenced all at once. I am Jon Risinger, the foreman for today's proceedings, and this is your council. We have Hannah, Elyse, Mariel, and Barbara. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Hello,
Jonathan.
Thank you for joining me. Appreciate it.
Serious.
To help you along the way, we have Jessica here.
Welcome, I am at your assistance.
Let's take a look at the victim. The victim is Liam, 28-year-old rising golf star, recently offered a pro contract. Now, Jessica, tell the council who you have determined to be the top 3 suspects in this case.
Your first suspect is the victim's girlfriend, Selma, 27, 5'7", 121 pounds. She is the last person known to have spoken to the victim. Selma's family is synonymous with the country club's heritage. Her father is well known for his heavy-handed business deals. Your second suspect is Jerry, 5'11", 180 pounds. Jerry frequently played golf with the victim, with whom he had a tumultuous past. Jerry is known for being competitive, having a jealous streak, and not the nicest person on the course. And suspect number 3 is Brian, the victim's caddy and, although never convicted, is a known drug dealer to members of the club. Brian is 22, 5'9", 160 pounds. Brian, Jerry and the victim all share a complicated past.
Thank you, Jessica. Let's take a look at our suspect's whereabouts near the time of the murder. On Saturday afternoon, our victim, Liam, meets his golfing buddies Jerry and Brian at the Small Springs Country Club. Around 6 p.m., Liam and Jerry have drinks at the outdoor bar, then shower in the locker room and change for dinner. They both head over to the main house where Liam meets Selma and her parents. Jerry sits with 3 other friends. At 9 o'clock, Selma's mother isn't feeling well, so Selma takes her parents home. Liam and Jerry stay behind and move over into the club room where they mingle with other members. Just before 11, Selma realizes she has the fob to Liam's car. She sends him a text and returns to the country club. Not long after 11, a servant checks the patio for empty glasses and sees Liam. He is alone, but seems agitated. Around that same time, friends of Jerry see him heading for the front door. As he walks and looks at his phone, Jerry bumps into an employee, almost knocking him to the floor. Jerry continues out the door and says nothing. At 11:30, Selma says she leaves after returning the fob to Liam. Neither Liam, Selma, or Jerry are seen again that night. But at 12:05, Jerry sends Liam a text that goes unanswered. Now let's roll back a little and look at Brian's timeline. After he and Liam and Jerry end their golf game at 6, Brian goes to a local gym, then grabs dinner at home. Around 9, Brian shows up at the caddy den across the greens from the main house. Brian hangs out with coworkers until 1 in the morning when he leaves for his apartment. All 3 suspects are in their homes when they get news of Liam's death. All right, so real quick, based on all that information, do you guys have initial thoughts of what you think happened?
No.
No clue.
No clue whatsoever.
It could be any 3 of them.
All 3 of them are probable suspects at this point in your eyes.
Yeah.
Let's get some insight into the case, and Detective Mares is on the phone to talk about the evidence. Officer Mares, welcome to the murder room.
Thank you, Mr. Foreman. Counsel, we got this country club here in Small Springs. Real nice place. Lots of big business here. Rich families, big on golf. So this kid Liam, he's not from a big to-do family, but got started as a caddy and made a name for himself. So he gets signed to this pro golfing contract, and looks like that's when all hell broke loose. So first off, you got the kid's buddy Jerry. Tall, good-looking, clean-cut, acts like a nice guy. A nice guy that'll fuck your wife when you're on vacation. Now, Jerry was up for that same contract. Word is that he and the victim weren't so nice to each other after Liam got the offer. And it got worse when Jerry's caddy jumped ship to work with the kid. That caddy is your suspect, Brian. Now, I know Brian. Known that punk around here since junior high when he was skipping school. Not your typical troublemaker. More like a nervous little chihuahua that doesn't know how to sit still, you know? Now, finally, let me tell you about our victim's lady friend, Selma. Man, she's something else. Her daddy is well known around here. Powerful guy. Owns a lot of dealerships in the area. Mucho dinero, my friends. I'm telling you right now, be ready for her, because she's gonna be ready for you. Anyway, apparently that night Brian and Selma both found out that the kid had plans to drop them when he left for the pro tour. Now the victim was found in the small pond between the main house and the caddy den. Mr. Foreman, if you will give the council the evidence I found in the area of the body. Now this all came from the groundskeeper. He was picking up trash in the area when he found the body. The body has a bruise on the back of the head, a bigger bruise right next to the groin, and Liam has been strangled to death. Now, this is your case. Good luck.
All right.
Okay.
What a character.
So
What a character.
we got some evidence here, miladies.
Okay.
We got this napkin, which I think maybe could be from a country club
Oh, yeah.
restaurant,
Yep.
perhaps.
Might be a
It's not a golf
handkerchief.
towel.
Might
is
be a
it?
handkerchief.
Could be a handkerchief.
Like,
Yeah. Might make a good bandana as well.
That
Around my
Are
neck.
you going to
Could have been chloroform.
use the evidence to wear?
I could.
She does love
She's
them.
got one on.
yeah, I'm sure Caddy would carry around.
We have a piece of jewelry.
earring,
Oh, that's
Earring.
true.
and then gum wrappers,
Gum wrappers.
a
Target.
straw,
It's
maybe a straw for the water bottle. Some people do that. And then
Napkins?
napkins, more napkins,
napkins.
but paper
This was
napkins.
found where again?
Around the body.
Around the
Some
body.
trash found
Just
around
near
the
the
body and golf balls found around it.
Do you
And-
guys want to see if we could do any DNA testing on this?
Yeah.
Sure, let's do that once we get into the actual investigation. So this is how this works. The three suspects, they are currently in custody right now. You will choose a person to investigate, then that person's evidence will be unlocked. We have more evidence for them while we get the suspect on the phone for you.
Correct. Keep time in mind as you speak with each suspect. You also have 3 timeouts to use during the investigation. You can request to stop the clock and gather your thoughts for up to 1 minute. Use these wisely. Now, time for your first objective.
Right, so your first objective is to decide which suspect you find the least suspicious. So who do you want to send to the back burner?
Personally, Jerry.
Jerry's
good
the
to
least
me.
suspicious?
In my mind,
Because you think he has the most.
The
He's like
most
the most
motive?
obvious.
I feel like there are so many things pointed out, like he's a friend and they were vying for the same contract and all this stuff. But I feel like Brian is unaccounted for such a long time, and Selma was the last to see him.
So the mystery of Brian has you suspicious of him, and Selma being the last one to see the victim has her suspicious too.
Yeah, that's my personal opinion. But if you guys
Okay.
want to
No, I would
put someone
go
else
with
on the back
Jerry.
burner,
You go, Jerry?
Can I see those balls?
Perfect.
I want to see our balls.
I want to see what's
Just
on them.
balls over here.
There's red on this one. Okay.
Jessica, please put Jerry on the back burner for now.
The suspect is now on hold, and I have begun the 30-minute timer. You also have 3 timeouts at your request.
Okay, the investigation has begun. I would suggest you guys start unlocking evidence or questioning suspects.
Okay.
Can
What would you
we-
like to do first?
Can we send this off?
You can ask for any test you want on
Yes.
those. We have.
Should we try the golf balls first? There's
Sure.
Can we send all of the evidence at once?
Why don't you show me specifics, and then I can have
Jerry wants a
Jessica.
blanket evidence check.
everything.
Hey, Jessica, can you evidence these things?
Everything.
Yes, exactly.
How about some specifics on specific
this
items?
is super suspicious that there's
One
one
has a
ball
mark
with
on
a.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be blood per chance.
Or
Is
is
it?
it a, let's ask, let's do a test. Can we test
It's
the,
a very interesting blood splatter if
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, it might not be, but
but it could
I
be a
don't know.
personalized, it could be indicating that it belongs to a certain person. So let's
How about
see.
this?
Yeah.
Jessica, do we have any information on the red mark on one of these golf balls?
Searching my database.
Perfect.
Thanks, Jessica.
While she's doing that, do you have any other questions
I
about any
want-
evidence?
DNA on this earring.
Okay.
Okay. I want to know if there's either DNA or any kind of chemical trace left on this, like if it was chloroformed or something.
Perfect.
That's what I'd like to know.
Jessica, can we get a DNA trace on the earring, as well as any
Handkerchief.
toxicology or DNA on the handkerchief/napkin?
Gathering information.
Fantastic.
The
Okay.
handkerchief/napkin wouldn't have been used to strangle him.
Would not have been used.
Would it?
I
Oh,
would
it
assume
could've.
we would see maybe some potentially more strain on it, but it could be. You're right. It could have been come up behind somebody and get them.
Yeah, I believe
Get creative.
Yeah.
You know, could be.
The straw.
Why don't you-
There
why
was
don't
no
you-
weapon
Do you
found,
want
it
to
said.
demonstrate for us really quick?
You want to try it on me?
Go for it. I'll come right. Okay. I think that it's certainly possible, but they did say that there was no weapon found. So, unless I would assume that Officer Mariel would have said if they had a suspicion that this was the weapon.
No, I would assume that would also
Yeah.
be part of the evidence that we would have.
Yeah. So I think
That was
there's we don't have the weapon as far as we can tell.
Should we start with Selma?
Yeah. Let's start with Selma.
Okay.
The earring has DNA not associated with the suspect. The napkin has no DNA on it as well.
No DNA. Do we know whose DNA is on the earring?
I would assume that would mean that we do not have DNA.
So it's not a DNA match.
So it's not to Selma. Interesting.
Can we get DNA on the red marked ball?
Right. Jessica, along with the information on the red marked ball, if we get DNA on that as well, that would be wonderful. So Selma.
Yes, on the way.
Thank
Perfect.
you. Awesome.
So Selma, would you like to question her, or would you like to check out her evidence as far as there's text on her
Because
evidence?
we want to ask her
Yeah,
about
let's
it.
look at her evidence.
Okay, Jessica, can we get the text evidence concerning Selma? It's from a text between Selma and Liam. Hey, I have your fob again. Liam, shit, can you bring it? Sorry. Selma, we need to talk anyway. Liam, okay, at Greens. Selma, be right there.
Or Bert.
Or Bert.
Depending on how you.
So it does seem that Selma and Liam had something specific to talk about. Selma wanted to
Maybe
that
she
up.
wanted to congratulate him.
Excuse me. The golf ball has ink from a red marker, known as a Sharpie.
I mean, you saying maybe this was trying to scroll Jerry on it. It looks like it's maybe a J.
I was said, does it look like a letter? Could be a J, could be.
I was trying to like that's just the
But that'd be a very industrious person who's being strangled, who's also like,
Yeah.
leaving a message.
I feel like that was a plot point in What's-His-Face's novel that Tom Hanks did the movie for.
Angels and Demons?
Yeah, what was the one before that?
I don't know, but we got 20
Yeah.
seconds. All right.
Sorry.
Should we
I get a
call
little
her?
sidetracked on movie talk.
Yes, let's call Selma.
Let's
And we
call
should ask about
Selma.
that.
Jessica, please get Selma on the phone for us.
I will get the suspect on the line. Selma is ready for you now.
Okay, it's up to you guys to question her as long as you want. Ask any questions you want.
Cool. Hi, Selma.
Hello.
Hi.
So we have some questions for you
Yeah.
pertaining to the events surrounding Liam's untimely demise.
Okay.
What was the thing you wanted to talk to him about when you were getting your fob?
When you mean when I was giving him his fob?
Yeah, sorry.
I mean, we just needed to talk. There's been some rumors that I needed to let him know about.
Were those rumors pertaining to yourself?
Sort of. His caddy is just like a little bitch and was trying to convince me that Liam wanted to break up with me, even though I know that's not the case. And so I had to tell him that his caddy was spreading fake gossip.
Interesting.
He has to be able to trust that person, you know?
Yeah. Why do you think the caddy would be spreading rumors like that?
I don't know. Brian he's just a mess. I have no idea. He likes to just stir up drama.
So, has Brian ever done anything weird in the past, or is this the first time that he's ever kind of given you a red flag?
I don't know. I try to stay out of it. He's just a caddy, you know? Like, I don't really want to talk to him.
What did we know that recently Brian left Jerry, Liam's golf partner. Do you think there was anything going on there? Why do you think he left their previous golf partner?
I don't know. You should ask Jerry.
What's the relationship like between Liam and Jerry?
I mean, they're friends as far as I know. They hang out.
Does your mother wear earrings?
Yeah, sometimes. That's a weird question.
What was your mother was not feeling well, so you left. What was wrong with her?
She has a condition.
What condition?
She has like adrenal dysfunction. It makes her really tired. And like,
Okay.
I mean, I don't know why you're asking me that. I have to take care of my mother, so I went home to take care of her.
Selma seems to be very not wanting to be on the phone with us.
Yeah.
Still on the phone while you say that.
When you
different
saw
Selma.
Liam, what was he? How did he take that news of Brian?
Liam just like can't deal with confrontation, so he just kept telling me not to worry about it and everything's fine, like he always says.
And did he seem okay to you that night? Like he didn't seem...
Worried about anything? Or...
I mean, I guess he seemed normal. I mean, I don't know what you guys want from me. I don't know why I'm talking to you. This has nothing to do with me. Liam, is a grown man. He has his own problems, and I just, I don't know. I have nothing to do with this.
Was your relationship happy together?
Yeah, I mean, he needs me, okay? And I don't. What does that have to do with anything?
Well, it's interesting. We just want to understand what was going on in your relationship. We're trying to figure out what happened to Liam, and you say he needed you. Was that?
I don't understand why I'm here. I don't understand why you guys are talking to me about this.
Well, you were the last person to see Liam before.
Yeah, I gave him his key fob so he could get home.
Well, you know him best. His body was found in the pond by the ninth hole between the main house and the cabbie den. Is there any significance to that hole? Was that like a favorite hole that he and Jerry
Would like to hang out in.
Not that I know of, but no, he plays all the holes, so.
It is by the caddy house, correct? By the caddy den?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's close, yeah.
Clubhouse body.
When you say he needed you, what do you mean by that?
I mean, he needs to keep up his image, okay? So, he needs me.
How would his image falter without you?
Okay. Liam is about to go pro, right? He needs a good woman by his side. It's part of the picture.
Part of the picture.
And he knows that. I've told him.
Do you have any feelings for Jerry?
No.
Okay. Interesting.
What's your relationship with Jerry like?
I mean, we've dated, but there are no feelings there anymore.
Oh, interesting.
Dated.
So
I've known them both for a long time. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
Jerry's been accused of infidelity. Was that with you?
I mean, yeah, it was with me.
Oh.
Opening a door here.
Oh yeah.
So
All right.
that's very good to know. Do we have any? I think we should let
let her go.
Selma go. Do you guys have any other questions for Selma? No,
I don't think so.
Selma, thank you for your helpfulness
thanks.
and.
Good luck.
Cool. Okay, thank you.
I did not like her.
She was
She's still on the line. Goodbye.
She was a little, snippy, but that's fine. I didn't know if she knew he was dead the way she was talking about him.
She
was like,
seemed to not care.
Okay, so we've talked to Selma. We now
We
know
didn't
that.
ask her about her dad.
What about her dad?
Well, we brought up owning all those dealerships. He's a big time guy.
Yeah, big time, got a lot of money.
Big time.
Well, we can ask Brian. We should probably talk to Brian. We have Brian, right?
Does that sound good to everybody?
Can we look at his
let's
evidence?
get his evidence first.
Sure.
So
We have
can
some
unlock-
evidence concerning
Yes.
Brian. It's a little messy, so bear
okay.
with me.
That's okay. Should we look at the text first?
Do you want to do text? Or
Yeah.
you want to get
well,
this
let's get the
evidence? I'm
clothing out.
halfway
Let's get
doing it.
Let's do that.
that out, and we'll look at it and also receive the. Oh,
What we have
it's a little
goodness.
messy.
is some golf shoes. They obviously have been.
These are Brian's.
Well, we don't know if they're Brian's or they're the man he caddies for.
Jessica, are these have these been confirmed as Brian's shoes?
Gathering information.
Okay. So we've got a pair of
What size are those?
yeah.
men's.
They are
maybe
10 and a half, and they are very
Confirmed.
They're Brian's.
yes, and they're very dirty and muddy, which makes me think that he was out near a pond
Do we?
or body of water of some sort.
Were there any footprints? Can we ask Jessica if there were any footprints found at the scene of the crime?
Oh, that's a very good question. Jessica, were there any footprints at the scene of the crime, and were they?
Searching my database.
Why
And
you
were
just-
they
what
10 and a
size?
half?
Yeah.
size
Did
were
the
well,
print? Did the treads?
the tread would be
match
something
the-
more even particular
Yeah.
than the side.
Yeah. We'd like to know.
Maybe
So-
else want to look at these?
Yeah. Let's.
Be very careful with them.
Too many footprints to make an identity.
It was on the golf course.
That's fair.
Was it raining that day?
On the day of the
the
murder,
murder?
Jessica, can you answer that question about the weather of the day of the murder?
According to records, there were clear skies all night above the area, and some light fog in the early morning hours.
Because it's going to be like if it was raining during the day and he was being a caddy, then yeah, that would explain some mud. But if it was clear all day, why would they be muddy and wet?
Can we get
Might be able
Brian's?
to ask him about that.
Can we get Brian's text message?
Sure.
History?
Jessica, could you bring up the text involving Brian? From Brian to Liam. You got something to say to me? Brian, nothing. Oh, that's look like it was Brian. Brian, where are
was
you?
at
Liam,
11:20.
not now. Talk Monday.
11:20.
Interesting. Okay.
So yeah, Liam seemed to not really want to talk.
So he's supposedly at the caddy house at
Yeah.
this time.
And we should probably ask him about that text.
Yes.
Yeah,
what I'm talking
I would
about.
suggest maybe making some notes on what you want to talk to Brian about. And if you guys are ready to talk to him, we can get him on the phone.
What is there any evidence that shows that he was in the caddy house from 9 until 1?
Brian,
Yeah.
as in like any like video evidence
video,
or anything
Video
like that?
or like personal like accountability?
Did anyone see
Witnesses,
him there?
witnesses
Yeah.
or witnesses to him being there.
Sure, because of his whereabouts are unknown after that time. Jessica, do we have any information possibly on his whereabouts between that 9 and 1 involving the caddy? Was there video evidence or anything that we have on him?
Gathering information. We do have a caddy available in the den during that time.
So there was a caddy that
In
was
the
on
den
call in the
at that
den.
time. Okay.
Unconfirmed if it was
So
Brian.
we'll talk to him. We wanted to ask him about this text. We want to ask him why he was spreading rumors about Selma and Jerry.
Very good.
Anything else we want to make sure we cover?
There's.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He said in the text you got something to say to me.
Yes.
So I'm curious
Specific
as to, like,
about that.
what.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's something
I
specific.
can get the caddy on the line if you wish.
The caddy who was in the house.
Oh, there was a caddy in the den other than Brian.
Yes.
Yes,
Oh.
let's talk to them.
Would you like to talk to
Guys,
them first?
Talk to them first? Sure.
All right.
Or should we talk to him and corroborate? Well, they're probably on the phone now. So.
I feel like there's something to the servant seeing the victim outside on the patio at 11 p.m. Because it's like,
Also servant.
if he's outside the clubhouse on the patio, maybe someone can
I have
see
Ned
him
on the
from
line.
the cabby den.
Ned?
Okay, so Ned is the caddy.
All right.
Let's go ahead and talk to Ned.
Hello?
Hi, Ned.
Hi, what can I do for you?
So you saw Brian in the caddy house, is that correct?
Yeah, we regularly kind of hang out there, grab a drink, hang out after a long day on the course.
When were you in that caddy house? Like from what time until what time? When did you arrive and when did you leave?
Probably like 10 to 2 a.m.
That's when you were inside the house
Yeah,
with Brian.
yeah, that's correct.
He was there the whole time?
I don't know, we had a lot of people coming in and out. I mean, kind of evenings come and go, we drink a little bit, hang out, have a good time. Sometimes the party breaks out. It's kind of hard to keep track of everybody specifically.
What kind of stuff were you talking to Brian about that night? What kind of conversations were you guys having?
I mean, it was kind of all over the place. Stuff about, things going on around the course. Of course, a lot of news with like Liam taking this pro contract, of course. Trying to fill Brian in on anything, going on.
Did Brian mention Selma at all?
I told him about Selma.
What did you tell him?
Well, so I caddy for Selma's dad, and I had heard something his dad had mentioned, or her dad had mentioned about maybe Liam breaking up with Selma.
Her Selma's father was saying that there's a chance that Liam broke up with Selma.
Oh yeah, there's a good chance that Liam is gonna break up with Selma, according to her dad anyway.
How do you think her dad would have heard about this?
I don't know. It's something I kind of overheard.
Did it have anything to do with Jerry?
I don't know.
Was her dad? How did her dad feel about that? Does her dad like Liam?
I don't know. He was talking to someone else. I didn't really overhear specifics.
Are you 100% sure you saw Brian in the caddy house around 11:30?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've kind of known him for a little while. Like, I think he was there the whole time, but I'm not certain.
Okay.
Cool.
What was Brian and Liam's general relationship like after he got this pro contract? How did Brian feel about that?
I mean, Brian is pretty excited. There's a pretty good salary for any caddy that goes along to any pro tour.
Do you know why Brian was texting Liam looking for him and what he wanted to talk to him about?
I have no idea.
Maybe we should call.
Let's call Brian.
Let's
Thank you
call.
for your help, Ned.
All right, thank you.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Good questions. We have less than 15 minutes on the clock. Past the halfway mark. Time to really get your information you need.
Should we
Let's
call
talk.
Brian and then maybe take a timeout after?
Yes.
There you go. You do have 3 timeouts. So,
Three.
yes, you
Like all
do.
3 at the same time.
One after
You
another.
can, sequentially if you want to. Let's
Okay.
get Brian on the phone, Jessica.
I will get the suspect on the line. I have Brian on the line.
All right, ladies, as you wish.
Hi, Brian.
Why did you text Liam?
Hello, who is it?
It's
Is this
just
Selma?
Well, no, but
She's
we're.
kind of a bitch. Good. Okay. What's up?
Oh, okay. Not Selma. We did talk to Selma earlier, and we did have a couple questions about our conversation with her. You know, she was talking about you maybe knew some things, had some rumors you'd been hearing about her relationship with Liam. Can you tell us what you talked to her about or what you know about that?
Oh, yeah, sure. I was just hanging out in the caddy house, and I had overheard from a buddy of mine, another caddy, that apparently they were going to split up. So, I just, small course, small, group of people, so I just overheard from another caddy.
Do you think that was coming from, do you think it was going to be a mutual breakup, or do you feel like it was coming from one of the sides of that relationship?
Oh, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. They don't really conversate a whole lot with us caddies, but I imagine Selma probably, wasn't the one that wanted it to happen. She had a lot of stock in herself.
Do you think it had anything to do with Jerry?
I don't know. What, Jerry? Like the breakup, you mean? I don't know. I doubt it.
What did you want to talk to Liam about when you texted him at 11:20?
Oh, well, I'd heard he was gonna dump me, and I was the planned caddy to go professional with him, so I just wanted to see what was going on with that.
Where had you heard that from? Who had told you he was gonna dump you as caddy?
Selma did? Yeah, it was Selma who told me that I was gonna get dropped.
Interesting. Selma's been spreading rumors.
She has.
Hey, Brian, why are your shoes full of mud?
Are they my golf shoes? 'Cause
Yeah.
I was probably just working the course. I'm sure that day Jerry probably let a few stragglers go off. I know I got in the water that day to retrieve a few balls.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that would explain some things.
And you, after you left the caddy house, the caddy den, on the evening that Liam was, unfortunately, he expired. Where did you go after you left?
Home? I stumbled straight home. Yeah, I mean, I had a couple beers, we hung out all night, and I probably left, I don't know, a little after 2 or so. I just went straight home.
Do you carry a white handkerchief or golf towel on you?
No.
What about water bottles?
No, we're not really required to carry a whole lot. I mean, golf balls, golf bags, Jerry's red Sharpie. That's about it. That's about all I carry on me.
You carry Jerry's red Sharpie.
Why does Jerry carry a red Sharpie?
I mean, Jerry doesn't carry it. I carry it. I carry the red Sharpie.
Well, why do you need a red Sharpie?
What's the purpose?
Oh, yeah, well, Jerry thought he was going to go pro, and so he would, sign all of his balls, like they're going to be worth some money someday, so I'm pretty sure that I retrieved those one out of the water just because they were some close reshots.
How was Jerry feeling about Liam going pro? Was he pretty upset about that?
I don't think so. Jerry's a pretty good guy. I mean, we didn't have any squabbles after I left, so as far as I know, I mean, most of those golfers don't talk to us about that kind of stuff.
And then you used to be Jerry's caddy, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
And then Selma also used to be Jerry's girlfriend?
Right, yeah, they used to date for a little bit, I believe.
Cool. Okay.
All right.
All right. We thank you for your time, Brian.
Yeah, of course.
Should we take a timeout?
Yeah, let's pause.
Jessica, can we take a time out, please?
It's all three of them.
They all conspired
Conspiracy. I'm very confused. So this is confirming that this is just saying this was found at the site. That doesn't necessarily mean that it was actually.
But he said he got that ball out of the water.
He did.
And then.
So it was left there. So the assumption is that maybe Brian, it would have been Brian who left it, right? If he's the one carrying these balls.
Jerry's.
Or one of Jerry's.
Yes, it could either be one of Brian's or, the one that he got out or the one that Jerry had on him.
But also, Selma is getting some good motives here, just like if the guy she's been with is threatening to leave her, and she but what's she talking about with the image that he needs to maintain?
It also does seem like Brian has a weird obsession with Liam and Selma's relationship.
Yeah.
And wanting to spread these rumors.
That they're breaking up.
Is our call with him done?
Yeah.
Because I would still like to ask people about Selma's dad.
Okay. Do
Maybe
we think
Jerry
that?
will know?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Can we? Well, maybe. Would we be able to call Jerry, even though we put him on the back burner?
I think
Yeah, we could talk to Jerry.
Okay, maybe.
Well, I think, don't we have to take Sandra?
Has that already been a minute?
Oh my God.
That was too quick. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So.
Pardon me, I do have information on a napkin. It matches the napkins from the dining room of the country club, and also found in Caddy Den.
Okay.
Also
All
found
right.
in the caddy den.
Also found in the caddy.
But
great.
both Selma and Jerry were also having dinner at the country club, so it could have literally been all
Done. Okay.
Jessica.
Well, okay. So do we want to try to Can we
We
unlock
didn't
the
ask him
evidence
about dealing drugs at all to anybody.
Oh crap.
Are we allowed to question Jerry, or do we have to exonerate one person to do that?
Yes, we do need to exonerate one of the two suspects thus far, so we can move on to Jerry's questioning. So between Selma and Brian, who do you think still has a lot of suspicious warrants?
I really do. I don't know that we can exonerate either of them to get to Jerry. I don't think.
Selma definitely seems like the obvious
She's also very
choice.
on edge during her call. Which you got, I don't know if you guys
She
noticed.
did just lose her boyfriend.
Yeah.
But think about I don't know. I mean, it takes a lot of strength to.
Do you want to talk about this in a timeout, maybe?
Yeah, let's type that.
Jessica, let's take another timeout.
Okay. It takes a lot of force to strangle someone.
It's
I don't
true,
know
it's
if
true.
like.
Also, what are the bruises
yeah.
to the head and the back of the groin about?
Oh right.
I want to.
Back of the head and the groin.
have
That
cause
seems
of
like
death.
something that
Back
would
of the groin.
Well,
Wait, what did I say? Back of the head and the groin.
in
But
the
yes.
groin, yeah. But a
Doesn't
golf club.
a golf club. would
Golf
be
club is
something.
my
Also,
feeling, yeah.
they do say strangulation is like very common with lovers because it's like a
Yeah.
watching your life.
Liam took Jerry's gal. He took his contract. He took his caddy.
He does have a lot of reasons
Liam
to
took a
hate him.
lot from Jerry.
Yeah.
It's true.
Right, we're not worried
who are we
about
gonna-
Jerry,
who are
though.
we gonna
No,
knock
I'm
out
just saying
Yes,
that
yes,
if we cast suspicion on Jerry, it may alleviate.
Well, who do you guys
some
feel
risk.
more confident about, Selma or Brian?
Selma just seems so obvious.
It does, and there's these. Well, you said the country club also has these, but
You say obvious, but this is based on
Evidence.
Evidence.
Yes.
do we?
You know.
Well, it seemed like he needed Selma more than Selma.
Did we
needed
ask
him.
about? Do we find out time of death? Do we know time of death?
I don't think so.
Can we
wanna
ask?
take-
I would like
Yes,
to ask.
Do you want,
Let's find
okay. Hey, Jessica, can we find out time of death?
We know it was at least after 11.
Searching my database.
Okay,
I
what else?
want to stress that you have one more timeout and another person to question. Less than 9 minutes on the
Yes.
clock.
Okay. So who are we knocking out? Selma or Brian?
I personally vote Selma
To knock out.
to knock out.
To exonerate.
Exonerate.
To exonerate.
Knock her out.
But that means like our choices are now Brian or Jerry.
Correct.
There is no exact time of death. However, it is estimated to have happened within 8 hours of the body's discovery.
Okay, within
So
8 hours
2
of
a.m.
6:15.
All right, so I'm going to push you guys along and say, is everyone okay with Selma being exonerated?
Why not?
Okay.
Unless
Jess-
you guys feel strongly.
I mean, I don't feel strong.
I don't know anything anymore, so just get rid of it.
Yeah.
I like how you
We'll
guys are
find out
breaking
later.
down when you have to actually make choices. For now, Jessica, we would like to exonerate Selma, and we would like to question Jerry.
I'll get the suspect on
Let's
the
get
line
his
for you.
clothing.
Can we get his
and
evidence?
So we do have some evidence.
Yes, yes.
Are these pants?
Right, we have some pants with some grass on them.
Could we open it up?
Can we break that seal?
I like how you're not
Yes.
waiting.
She's like, I'm doing it.
All right. Well,
Just
the
getting your
grass.
hands all over
The
it.
grass is by the bottoms, which is in their polos.
Is there anything in the pockets? No.
He is a size, not sure. Oh wait, here we are. Size 32 by 34.
Okay.
It checks out.
Can we get the text message?
Can we ask Jessica how long it would take? Do we know how long it would take to walk from the caddy den to where the body was found?
Okay, I'm gonna say, hey Jessica, can we find out the approximate time it would take to walk from the caddy to the clubhouse? And while you're calculating that, can we get the text message?
I know it's a lot. We didn't manage our time well. I'm
That's
sorry,
fine.
Jessica.
Yeah.
Between Jerry and
Saw
Liam,
Selma, she looked
hey,
pissed
saw
off.
Selma, she looks pissed, all okay. This is when Liam had no response.
Did you text that knowing that he was already dead and that it would exonerate him?
True. That's. I mean.
That's true. I mean, they were eating lunch around the same time, or dinner at the same time, but all three of them were. So.
Also,
All right,
why-
6 minutes on the clock.
Should we call him?
It should take approximately 10 minutes to walk to hole number 9.
Cool.
Okay.
Let's give
not far.
him.
Let's talk to Jerry.
What are we gonna ask him? Everything.
If you did.
You gotta do quick.
Jerry is ready for you.
Go for it.
Jerry, go for it.
But what was your conversation like with Liam the night that he died?
Well, first off, let me just say that this is so sad. I haven't slept in days. Losing a good friend is hard, but yeah, I saw him that night at the country club having dinner, and I saw Selma yelling at him from afar, and I just wanted to make sure he was okay. I shot him a text. I don't know what they were talking about, but I know how she can get in his head, and I was worried about him, so, you know.
Is that because you know how because you guys dated, and then she cheated on Liam with you?
Hey, it was a quick fling. I was in and out, but yeah, I do
You were
have
in and out of
firsthand
what?
experience.
What's Selma's dad like?
Selma's dad is kind of the law of the land here, you know? He kind of runs all 18 holes, the dining room and the bar, you know? It's his country club. What he says goes. So, a lot of yes sir, no sir. If he wants something done, we do it.
Did he and Liam get along?
You know, for the
5
most
minutes
part, they
remain.
did get
Please
along.
begin your final deliberation.
Real quick, why would Selma be really concerned about Liam leaving her? If she has so much going on in her life, she's got like a wealthy father, she's got looks and all that jazz. Why would she be upset if Liam was going to leave her?
Well, she's a trophy wife, and, you know, without a trophy, she can't be a wife. And Liam was on his way to being that trophy, and, she can only be her daddy's daughter for so long. She needs another man to stand next to, so she was trying to set herself up.
Do you know why Brian, if Brian and Liam were fighting?
I don't really think they were fighting. You know, as far as I was concerned, they were moving forward and having a good, working, professional relationship.
But there was rumors, right, of Liam leaving Brian and Selma. Do you know about that? Do you know
I think you got a little confused there. Brian is leaving leaving me to go be Liam's caddy on the pro tour. And hey, you know, I was really upset at first, but I get it. It's a professional contract. That's a lot of money. I would do the same thing, so.
What's the grass on your pants from? Isn't your caddy doing the walking around collecting stuff?
Well, you know, you do have to walk around too, golf. You can't stay in the cart the whole time.
I know, but
yeah,
the
there's
grass
a lot
is
of
very
terrain
flat.
out there. There's grass, there's sidewalk, there's water.
Is this grass from a pond, perhaps? Where you would dump a body?
No, that grass from in the parking lot. They were mowing the yard. And there's grass trimmings in the pond. You know, there's puddles everywhere. And I'm walking. I'm not looking at the ground when I'm walking.
The ball.
Do you pre-autograph your balls?
I do not autograph my balls. I do put my initials on them. You know, all the golf balls do look alike. So when we're out there, I like a little red mark. Helps me find my ball a little quicker.
Do you carry them around, or does your caddy carry them around?
My caddy carries those balls.
So would you ever have one on you at any time?
If I'm picking it up, if it seems convenient, if I'm going to pick it up and hit it right again, I'll hold on to it. But if there's some time to wait, I'll hand it to my caddy.
So you don't ever hold on to them like when you're not there, when you're not golfing.
No.
Okay.
They stay on my ball along with my caddy.
If you have further questions, might I suggest a bit of a timeout?
For him?
Time
Can we like
Just
keep
say-
him on hold?
Sure.
Yes, let's pause.
BRB,
Jessica,
Brian.
we're going to take
We'll
our
be
last
right back.
timeout.
Holy shit, there's not enough time in this game.
I don't know.
So I mean, again, he could be lying, but like.
But it's also like this could have just been found, right? It could
Or
have just
planted.
It could be just around, so that's
Like,
not definitive. just
maybe the
because it's
caddy-
The
there.
caddy could have planted it. Selma
to
could
make
have
it seem
planted
like it was him.
Gosh.
Okay.
No, it says he leaves for home at 11 o'clock, and then he's also seen on his patio at 11 o'clock. So if he
True.
actually did leave for home, I don't know if there's any proof of that, but that would.
You're talking about Jerry?
Yeah.
Yeah. He bumped into an employee, so there is someone who theoretically saw him.
Yeah.
We didn't talk to them, but there's too much to do.
Got any final questions that you need to ask Jerry? Because when we come out of this timeout, he's going to be on the phone still.
Can he confirm that he spoke to someone before he went home and just that's where he was? I can't think of anything else.
Yeah, or that he actually left for home.
An alibi for his location during
yeah.
the murder.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, so.
All right. Well, who are you guys leaning to?
Well, I think
We can deliberate that as soon as
we have
we
to
get
talk
back.
to Jerry. We have
Let's
to
get
finish
Jerry
our
off the
conversation
phone.
with Jerry. Do you
Okay.
have any other questions for Jerry?
No.
Okay. Let's finish with Jerry and then we'll deliberate. Okay. All right.
Jessica, we're ready.
As we live.
Oh my God.
Hey Jerry, you still there?
I am.
So just want to confirm. You said what time did you leave the place on
Country club.
whatever- the country club? Thank you.
On Saturday?
Around 11, I believe.
Okay. And did you see anyone on your way out?
I bumped into somebody. I don't really know exactly who they were. I'm kind of big, clumsy guy. That stuff happens.
Okay.
Is there anybody that can verify that you were at your home for the rest of the night?
Not that I know of, no. I live alone, unfortunately.
Okay. All right. Thank you for your time, Jerry.
All right, God bless.
Thank you, Jerry.
God bless.
And to you, Jerry.
2 minutes. I need final deliberation now.
Now, quick.
Oh
2
my
minutes.
God. Well,
Okay.
we can't vote for Selma because
Right,
we
she's-
exonerated.
Correct.
Yes.
But it might have been.
We
It may have
can't.
been Selma.
But I think it was her.
Too bad.
I didn't know that doing that was.
Yeah.
That's what the word exoneration means.
Well, I thought like a temporary exoneration, like for
Temporary
now,
exoneration.
not like a court.
Get you back.
So, okay, all right, let's. Well,
I
that's
think it's
done.
Brian.
Oh,
I
God.
have strong feelings towards Brian as well.
Yeah, Jerry's weird, but I don't
He's-
know that Jerry
he's-
did it.
Spreading
He sounds like he has
gossip.
kind eyes.
He's maybe trying to plant that because he knows that there's issues between them.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
But
obviously
I just
they're.
don't know what his motive is. Like, what
Yeah.
is? We didn't. We should have asked him about the drugs.
Well,
and
he
stuff.
said, didn't he say that like he wasn't sure that Liam was going to take him on the pro tour.
Oh, he did hear he might drop him.
Yeah.
I mean, he
And
could have
if he's like
planted
short
Jerry's
on money
ball
because
there.
he's like, we're really
He's a
making
drug
leaps now, but
dealer.
if it was a drug deal and he owed people money and he's getting dropped, we're really being fictitious here. But if that would be a good
That would be a good reason.
justification.
Be like, he's angry. You're taking away my.
But Jerry has a lot of motive as well. Like I just don't. He just seems
He does have a lot of.
If Jerry had a motive for murdering him, what was his motive specifically?
that Liam took everything from
Jealousy.
him. Jealousy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he-
he took his
girl
girl
and
to
his
fling
chance
with.
It
and
doesn't
his-
seem that way.
He
Jerry's
probably
not like
sees
that.
it
Like
like
Jerry?
Selma chose Liam, and so Liam's getting all this stuff from being her
Selma.
boyfriend and like all these opportunities, and
Got
it's like
50 seconds.
And I
Jerry
feel
had
like
that.
Selma, I feel like could have done it, but we
the
exonerated
Brian
her, so we're
Ned
past
connection,
that.
like Ned being Selma's dad's caddy, could have fed him like they
Information.
talk about all this stuff. It feels like Brian to me, but I don't know.
Okay, do you have a final verdict?
I mean, I would go with Brian personally.
Brian?
And
Brian?
Selma, we
we
screwed
both
it.
we screwed
If
it up.
Selma's like gone,
Selma's
Selma's
gone,
gone, I'm gonna say
which
Brian.
she is.
She's free.
Between Brian-
she's out there
Running
killing.
wild.
I need a
Rampant.
final call from Elyse and
I don't think we got this.
I don't think we got it either.
I think we messed it up.
Oh, we're gonna kill someone.
Sorry,
Wait,
Brian.
are you on Selma as well?
I'm on all three of them.
I think it was a group job. I think they
10
did
seconds. I need Brian.
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 Oh my god.
Jessica.
I don't know for Brian.
We have convicted Brian.
find
Brian
what
of
I wrote
Liam's murder. Please record the
wrote down.
conviction and proceed with the sentence.
This is the worst part.
Thank you, Counsel and Mr. Foreman. Your decision has been recorded and the penalty phase is now in progress. Completion in 5,
No, it
4,
wasn't. It didn't.
3,
Her mom wears earrings.
2, 1. I am now ready to make my calculation of the killer.
Oh god.
Calculating.
We should not have done that.
Yes, we were wrong.
Wow, okay. Whew. Sorry, Selma. Didn't mean to do that.
Who was your prediction, Barb? Because I wrote down Brian.
I wrote down Brian too.
I didn't put anything because I didn't know. Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Stressed.
You are now 0-2 for your predictions. Just want to point that out, that
I'm
every
very
time that
bad.
thus far the council has gone against Hannah.
And I've been wrong every time. And you know what?
I'm not saying that's a for sure thing for forever with
It's
Hannah.
a for sure thing. It's for sure. It's definitely
Man.
for sure.
How do you guys feel?
Great.
Happy because I felt like I was one of the people leading the charge on Brian because I already was kind of convinced it was him based on just his no whereabouts, that I was just like, now I'm leading everyone down this path and I'm like, what if I'm like totally fucked?
And I was really worried because you were like Selma, and I was like, let's get rid of Selma. Mariel and we're like, we don't know.
We can talk about that in more detail in a moment. Thank you, council,
You're welcome.
for your service today, and thank you for watching. We will release a post show for first members where we talk more about the case. If you're not a first member, you can start your 7-day free trial today at roosterteeth.com. But for now, you are dismissed. Goodbye.
Hello YouTube, thank you for watching this episode of Rooster Teeth's Murder Room. Please be sure to subscribe and check out the links below for more Murder Room and Rooster Teeth content. Did you correctly guess the killer? Let us know in the comments down below.